The United States military is undertaking a massive and ongoing operation.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Breaking news tonight, the United States and Israel have launched attacks on Iran, citing what they call an existential threat and urging regime change. Multiple reports state Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed in the joint operation. We'll get to reaction in downtown Charleston from our Cameron Limes in just a moment. Explosions rocked Iran's capital city of Tehran. U.S. and Israeli officials say the strikes are targeting sites across the country, describing them as precision attacks aimed at military and nuclear infrastructure. President Trump claims Iran has continued to develop its nuclear program. The president called U.S. involvement in the beginning of major combat operations in Iran. He also delivered a direct message to the Iranian people. Trump said the United States supports their freedom and does not view them as the enemy, but rather their government.
When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations.
The U.S. Central Command said Operation Epic Fury targeted Iranian military facilities, air defense, launch sites, and airfields. It said the goal of the operation was to dismantle the Iranian regime's security apparatus. CENTCOM said its forces defended against hundreds of Iranian missile and drone attacks. After the strikes, it also said the U.S. used low-cost, one-way attack drones during the operation for the first time ever in combat. Meanwhile, Iranian media reports more than 200 people have been killed in U.S. and Israeli strikes. President Trump began ramping up his renewed threats toward Iran in January after its government ordered a violent crackdown on a wave of protests. Millions of Americans took to the street, Iranians rather, took to the street, demonstrating against the country's struggling economy and its leadership. Iranian officials dismissed the demonstrators as terrorists and rioters. That response included a nearly 3-week internet blackout, along with reports of mass arrests and executions. Meanwhile, there are sharply differing reactions around the world following the attacks and reports of the death of Iran's supreme leader. A crowd gathered in New York Times Square protesting the military action in the Middle East. Protesters were seen holding signs and banners with anti-war messages. Here at home, a protest was quickly organized in response to the joint operation. That demonstration is happening right now in downtown Charleston, and that's where we find our Cameron Limes. Cam, what are you hearing from the protesters tonight?
That's right, Webb, and this protest is actually just wrapping up. I'm going to take a step out the frame so you can see it's not a large crowd tonight, about 70 people out here tonight, and a few of the quotes I was able to hear from folks behind me is they want to end lawless wars. They're upset about how the president has currently gone into Iran without any sort of approval from Congress. And as you can see, people are starting to disperse now, and they're trying to gain momentum when it comes to these protests. They think that this could be an endless war, just like how Iraq was, and they're worried that they may have to be out here every week from here on out protesting this war. And when I asked them, well, what else would you like to see? They said that, well, the money that has been sent or that is being spent on these strikes would be better used here at home for better education, better homes, better infrastructure, better child care, you name it. This is what they're looking for. And while we haven't seen any counter protesters today, the crowd was pretty small, like I said. So they are expecting to be out here every couple of weeks, so it seems, or they will be continuing to come out here as this conflict continues. Live from Marion Square, Cameron Limes, News 4.
Meanwhile, cheers and celebrations erupted in Tehran following reports of the death of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. In multiple videos circulating online, residents could be heard shouting and celebrating in the streets. Meanwhile, Iranians and Iranian Americans were also seen celebrating in Los Angeles. Crowds gathered, hugging one another, jumping in the air and chanting, "Thank you, Bibi," a reference to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. South Carolina lawmakers are reacting positively to Operation Epic Fury. Senator Lindsey Graham, who has long supported military action against the Iranian regime, posted to X, stating in part, quote, "I fervently pray that the long-suffering people of Iran will have their oppression ended soon. I also fervently pray that we're on the verge of a new dawn in the Middle East, with historic opportunity for lasting peace and prosperity." Senator Tim Scott also posted on X about the attack on Iran, expressing his support for the military action, saying, quote, "They made their choice, and as a result, the murderous regime was met with Operation Epic Fury. Many presidents talk, President Donald J. Trump acts." Congresswoman Nancy Mace said that tyrants and terrorists everywhere should take note on today's actions, adding, quote, "The death of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei marks the end of a dark era defined by repression, extremism, and hostility toward the United States and our allies."